realized there's a little bit of dried glue that managed to find its way onto the ink portion. So I'm giving a little light pressure with a fingernail. That doesn't seem to be working so good, so yeah, got some of it off. I'll probably go back with a very carefully with a razor blade when this is done, and then go back over it with some ink to touch it up if necessary. But that's touch-ups are just kind of a normal part of working with this. So you may have noticed in the corner right here, I actually drew in one of the little Easter eggs for this particular drawing, and that's a little white cave spider. I find in doing these drawings that I don't necessarily intend sometimes to make things a hidden part of the design. I mean, I just add them to the design. I thought the spider was appropriate for kind of a graveyardish scene. But what happens is that there's so much going on, there's so many little dots everywhere that things can get hidden just by the nature of this being a large stipple drawing. So yeah, what otherwise is just a normal little part of the design ends up being a lost and found surprise for people who look at the print later. Well, my dog just had enough of this. She stepped out. Alright, that's enough for one stretch, but this as far as laying the adhesive in. Now I've worked so long with this that where I started over here is probably a bit too dry. So what I'll do is reactivate it using a bamboo tube. And basically you just take a deep breath, you blow through it very slowly. And they say from the bottom of the lungs, because it gives a more a hotter, wetter breath. And the bamboo tube is not just to direct it, but the bamboo absorbs droplets if they come out, so you don't spit on your work. So we got that in place. Or the adhesive reactivated. Should be sticky enough now to take the gold. I'll take the gold from the book now, and I'll just basically coax a leaf out. So this is 24 karat gold. I prefer using it. It's a little more expensive, but in using it, I'm going to brush this on my cheek. It picks up a little bit of oil. Some argue and say that it picks up static. But what it does is it allows the tip of this brush, which is called a gilder's tip. It allows you to actually pick up the gold. So with that being done, I'm next going to take a flat, just a shitty little craft brush, but it's got nice bright synthetic bristles, bright in that they snap back. And with the flat of the brush, I wipe it off, probably just by touching it, put some oil, body oil on it. With the edge of the brush, I'll tamp down and push the gold into the adhesive.
Want a break from the ads? If you tap now to watch a short video, you'll receive 30 minutes of ad-free music.
Feeling safe is what turns a house into a home.
Yeah, sorry for the ads, guys. It's I normally listen to my music through my computer, but since I have to turn the volume down to, or turn the speakers off to prevent an audio loop from happening when I stream, I'm having to do it on the iPad. And on the iPad, I've got the ad-supported version of Spotify. Alright, so I've tamped the gold down. I'm going to move it back over and continue to push it in. The gold is remarkably thin. And the adhesive will actually pick up about 2 layers worth. So I want the adhesive to pick up as much of the gold as is possible. So I'll just keep working this over, trying to make sure that I fill in every little spot, at least spots where there's adhesive, and then I'll come back through, and at about a 45-degree angle, I'm going to push the tip of the brush into the gold to get up all of the excess. And it also burnishes the gold a little bit, gives it a little bit of a polish. The stuff is so thin that it'll pick up the texture of the paper. So the adhesive that I use is kind of a thick-bodied adhesive, and it'll kind of give it a texture of its own. It's actually thick enough to where it'll put a little bit of a bump if I lay it on thick enough. So, alright. We'll come in at different angles, getting all the extra gold up. And this is really the payoff moment. The payoff moment in that after laying in glue, which is kind of mind-numbingly boring at times, I finally get the nice, shiny, golden payoff. I'm going to take the larger pieces of the gold